We're back.
Hello, hello.
We're here. We've got Paul Lancaster. Sorry, the Paul Lancaster.
The incredible Paul
incredible
Lancaster
is in the house tonight. We've been having really great chats with you, and we've got a question from the Golden Geordie, and we've got a question from Simon too. So, here's Kumar's question. We hear so much about first year high percentage failure for new startup or independent businesses. Is this stat still correct? And the second part is, in order to successfully survive the first year in business, is there a success menu of important factors that a new startup business should imperatively follow or not? Wow, what a great question.
Wow, what a question.
200 words.
And that's
Discuss.
like an exam question. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for that question.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean the failure rate is still pretty high. I mean, I don't look too closely at stats like that. I think you can increase your chances of success by surrounding yourself with good people.
Yeah.
And even if you're working on your own, I mean, my business was just me, and I would just bring in other people as and when I needed them. But I would always surround myself with good people that I trusted, and I could ask them for help and advice whenever I needed to. So I think the power of your network. Don't feel like you've got to do things on your own. And I've definitely come across a lot of people who do feel like they've got to do it all on their own, and they're quite isolated, and they do struggle.
And it's easy to see that as a vulnerability that you should kind of keep secret and not share. But I think there's something powerful about saying I'm stuck or can you help? I think there's something about being almost like, this is my metaphor because I run like the slow girl in the fast run group. You want to be with people that are a bit ahead of you, that will like slow down and wait for you or explain things and pull you along. Because every day's a school day, isn't it?
Yeah.
You learn loads from other people.
And in any level in business as well, I've come across some really successful business leaders as well who they're like the top of the tree, I suppose, and everybody's coming to them for the answers, but who do they go to for the answers? And often they can't share their issues or their problems with anyone else in the team because they're supposed to know everything. And then they maybe can't share it with the board because again they might get into trouble. But so I've spoken to a few in the last year or so where they've come to me and said, look, where do I go for help and advice? Like it's some sort of trusted people I can go to. And I've introduced them to external groups that they can be part of, whether with people from other non-competing businesses, and they're all business leaders who openly share their issues and collectively come up with answers and say, oh well, I've been in that situation before and this is how I'll tackle it. So I think that's important. And again, events, it doesn't have to be just my events, but there are some good events out there that get out of your office, get away from your desk, change your environment, and
be inspired by others.
Be with positive.
It's really good because that leads into the second question that we've had from you, and that's Simon, who's listening all the way from Newquay. So hiya, Simon.
Hello,
nice
Simon.
to have you back. We haven't heard from you for a while.
Thank you.
And his question is, which leads on really well from Kumar's, is how do you measure success?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's obvious ones like I suppose for the event, how many people are coming to the event, how many people are booking tickets, and how many people are turning up. But there's anecdotally stuff, just the feedback I'm getting from the vibe I'm getting from the room, the conversations I'm having with people, the positive comments that people share on social media. There's I pick up a lot. There's a lot of like feedback in the room and online afterwards as well. But personally, I think it's like how often I'm smiling.
Exactly.
If I'm feeling happy and I'm feeling good, then I know I'm doing something right.
Fantastic.
Lovely. So, and you have to define success too. So is success about money you make? Is it about the people you help? Is it about being really occupationally satisfied with what you do? Is it about, what is
getting up and smiling and feeling
good? And thinking, I love getting out of bed because this is what I do. So it really depends, doesn't it, what success is?
Good question.
It's a good question.
Really good. I mean, definitely, I want to inspire other people, but I want to inspire myself in what I do. So, and I do. Well,
and it's about creating good support and good direction and encouragement, empowerment for you and people like you, isn't it? So you're helping people like you.
Yeah, and then things like this, I'm really honoured and grateful that you've invited me onto the show because that suggests that I'm doing something right.
Yeah,
absolutely. If people want to hear what I'm saying, or they want to come to my events, or they want to get behind what I'm doing. So yeah, thank you. And I talk. I'm going to write a book about this one day. I talk.
You heard it here first on Coast Radio 106.6
a lot of accountability. We know the event's happening. There's a book on the way.
It's going to happen.
The question is, are we going to be in it?
Well, yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah.
So what's your book going to be about?
So I'm probably going to call it. Well, I am going to call it Positive Triggers, because I think there's you know, certain things happen or opportunities come, and that is a signal that you're on the right track. So
looking for signs of success.
Yeah, exactly.
Success leaves clues, doesn't it? If you start to look for things.
You start noticing it. I mean, definitely, I think. I suppose that's what I'm trying to do with events as well, is put people in a good frame of mind, inspire them to increase the chances of achieving what they want to do. Because I think often you come across people who maybe started a business or they've had to make a major change in their life because something bad's happened.
Yeah.
So like they've lost a job, someone's died, they've gone through a breakup, or something bad has happened, and then to start a business or run a business is difficult anyway. But if you're doing it when you're at a low point, it's even harder. So I'd like to. I think ideally you should do it when you're feeling good, and when you're got the strength around you, and even if you haven't got the strength yourself, people around you can give you that strength that you need. So I'm trying to. That's why I'm talking about positive triggers. Trying to create positive triggers.
But that is, again, it's turning a bad situation into something really positive. The first time I went self-employed was when I was made redundant. I took my redundancy and didn't know what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So, and it's that this is my opportunity to do it. And it was the best thing I'd ever done.
Yeah. Well, there's a really good book. I don't know if you've heard of I'm sure you've heard of Matthew McConaughey, but he's got a book out called Green Lights. I've just listened to the audiobook because that's amazing. Hearing him narrating it, but he talks about green lights about. I mean, I already had the name and the phrase positive triggers before I read this, but anyway.
How dare
I know,
because you're out here first.
But he is, he's talking about these noticing these green lights in life, where it's like that's a signal to go to proceed.
Just do it.
This
is your time.
And sometimes it's a red light that turns into a green light, and the green light turns into a red. And just being open and aware of what's going on.
Lots of stuff. I could keep going and going.
I know.
I would love to ask you. Suppose it's about a bit of a legacy question. How would you like to leave the world better?
Love that question.
Alright, okay. I mean, definitely. I think I'm on the right path. I think I'm proud of what I've achieved so far, but there's a lot more I want to do. So yeah, just to. It's a bit cheesy, but it would make a difference and create some positive triggers for people and inspire people around me, friends around me, family around me, my kids as well. Definitely want them to feel that anything's possible if they put mind to it.
The best way to teach that is to model it. So
I mean, whether they understand it now or whether in the future they will. I think they do. They get at the age. I mean, they're 14 and 11, nearly 15 and 12. So I think they get it now. But I suppose I don't know. It's hard to know when you win it. But, But I suppose when I stopped doing the events and when I moved into recruitment, I needed a bit of a break. Probably I did need a bit of a break, and I was getting a lot of people saying they were really good. You know what you did? Like
come back,
we
do it again.
Events and, like, do you not fancy doing them? We need it. So I was getting a lot on a weekly basis. I was getting probably 2 or 3 people saying that.
Sure.
So I was like, okay,
that's your green light. Need to go for it. And
it's like that passion fueled goal, isn't it? It's that thing that if it really lights you up and it's pulling you and calling you, and people are saying, "We need you," get over yourself. You need to do this stuff. Then you'd obviously listen to that.
Yeah. Well, I think if you can sense it. If someone does something and they put everything into it, there's a lot of energy and momentum around that. People want to be part of it, don't they? So that's why if you see, I don't know, we talked about music before, if you see an amazing singer or a band on stage or even a DJ, and you get, if the heart and soul is in it, you fall in love with them a little bit, don't you?
Absolutely.
So,
But you're putting that across now, because I've just had another message there just to say what a really inspiring, incredible
Wow,
guest.
thank you.
So that's, that's going out there as well, and we can hear the phone there. Messages coming through as well, so you're definitely doing something right, so you're in the right place doing it.
Absolutely. Well, we'll just have to have you back because there's more to ask, but there's more questions, but maybe it'd be nice to have you back sometime in the future to hear. We'll
happy to
fast
come back
forward in time.
anytime.
Again, for us, because Coast, it's like, what advice could you give Coast? Like marketing and things like that as well, because we want to get out, we want to reach a wider audience, so we need your skills as well. So any hints or tips or advice you can give us as a radio station would be fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anything I can do to help, and get the message out.
Amazing.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul Lancaster. You have been fabulous.
Thank you.
If you've been listening in and you have a question, even though Paul's going to be leaving us soon, ask anyway, because we can find out more. We can connect you with Paul. We can pass questions on.
Share contacts on our social
Yes.
media page.
I'm easy to find. I'm on pretty much every social
Everything.
media platform, but my the handle is Lord Lancaster.
Lord Lancaster. Love it.
Because before I was a DJ, I used to think that was a cool name. It's obviously not a cool name. But,
Was that your DJ name?
DJ Lord
I never used
Lancaster.
it, but it was when Judge Jules was around. And I quite like the alliteration, and I thought quite amusing that it was Lord Lancaster. So it's just sort of stuck. So
That is a belter. That is it. You'll now be known as Lord
Lord
Lancaster
Lancaster.
whenever we talk about you. So we're going to thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on the show. We've really enjoyed having you. It's been incredible, and you are
Yeah, it
incredible,
really has.
Paul. So suck it
Thank
up.
you.
That's just how it is. But we're going to have a tune now. I think we should start with Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out.
Good too.